knew your time is up. It's time for you to go. When corruption was eating. Hi guys, hello. This is your girl TTK. My name is Ttkjinadu. I am back again with another Telling It Just the Way It Is chat series. So guys, let's chat. Let's chat. It's going to be a quick one. Let's chat, guys. Ex-presidents. So today I'll be talking about Ghana's ex-president, John Jerry Rawlings. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. Even though I'm not from Ghana, but I think is worth talking about. He is worth talking about. Is somebody I really admire. I mean, and I wish we have more of him in Africa, especially in my country, Nigeria. I wish we have more of John Jerry Rawlings in Nigeria. And I will tell you why I said so. John Jerry Rawlings was a military man, was a pilot, a trained pilot, was or like to refer to himself as an artist. He likes to paint and draw and create all this. It's very artistic. And he became a politician as well, and a civilian one at that. JJ Rawlings was half Scottish, half Ghana. One of his parents was from Scotland and the other one was from Ghana. But he was very much involved with his Ghana side. He was very much in tune with his Ghana side. He was a people's man. He was a people's man. And the one thing I really admire about him that stood out to me, two things actually, that stood out to me. First is he served his people. And when I say serve his people, he was very humble. In as much as there's a brutal side to him, to be honest, there's a brutal side to me, but there's a side to him that is very humble. And when I say there's a side to him that is very humble, is I believe in a leader that serves his people. He served his people in the sense that there's nothing John Jerry Rawlings will not do for his people. Even though I'm not from Ghana, it's somebody I followed and I read a lot about, listened and I watched a couple of his interviews. He's that president that will go farming and will actually farm, will dig the heart, will dig the soil. Is that president that will clean the gutters. Is that president that will sweep the streets. And this, he was not doing it for show, because if you've been following this particular man, this John Jerry Rawlings, it's a pattern. It's the way he rolled. Even when he was the head of, was it a chief of army or head of something in the military, it was the way he conducts himself. It was the way he relates to the people around him, even though he was in a higher position, but he still managed to serve his people. He managed to serve his people. It's just that African problem is I hate to think it's bigger than us, to be honest. But if we have more of him with that his mentality, Africa will be far developed. And I mean far developed. John Jerry Rawlings was a man who connected with his own people, with his own citizens. At a time when Ghana really needed help, John Jerry Rawlings, I'll call him JJ, stepped in a form which some might agree with and some might not agree with. Maybe in the form of a coup, yeah. But he did step in and save the country in a way. At that time, Ghana was at its lowest. When corruption was eating Ghana deep, when corruption and greed was at its maximum, it was at its peak among the politicians, among the head of states, among the leaders. JJ Rawlings knew your time is up. It's time for you to go. This is a man that was once sentenced to death. He was once sentenced to death and he managed to escape that. His men saved him. And his men, from what I can see from his history and his background, his men are loyal to him, very, very loyal to him. And that says something about him. When you are, even though we live in a wicked world, people would betray you no matter how nice you are. But when you have a body of people that are loyal to you to the core, that says something about you. It says something about your persona. It says something about your character. It says something about you. At a time when the economy was really, really bad in Ghana, when I say bad, the economy was at APSMA level. According to, was it one documentary I watched, they said in the whole country, one lady during that time, during this president's regime, I can't remember his name, one woman, one single person was the one selling rice and beans. There was no soap. There was no soap to bath. There was no soap to wash. Things were really, really bad. At that time, majority of the people were running to any part of Africa, predominantly Nigeria. A lot of them came to Nigeria. I remember having a teacher from Ghana, lesson teacher from Ghana. I remember having a lesson teacher from Ghana. I remember how our washerman was from Ghana, driver from Ghana. They flooded Nigeria. Then before the Nigerian government finally chased them out. Now they're the one doing the chasing. Isn't that hilarious? It's not supposed to be funny, but life, see, no position or no situation is permanent. But JJ Rawlings saved that country. He did. He knew at that time, JJ Rawlings knew when a president time is up, when a military head of state time is up, because he connected with his people. He engaged with his people. I mean, the people at the low level, he connected to them. So he was able to tell when majority of the people are not feeling the president or things are not working in the country, your time is up, man. And he would do it in a form of, it might be controversial. Not everybody agree to cope, but that is his own style of doing things. J. Rawlings was responsible for 2 coups in Ghana. I think one was in 1979 and another one was maybe in the 80s or something. I can't remember. Some people are not in support of it, while some are in support of that his action. But he was responsible for 2 coups. In a way, it did work for Ghana. It did work for Ghana. He might be a bit extreme in his way of dealing with things. He's a military man, remember? I think he might be a bit brutal, but then he knew when your time is up and he will move in. JJ Rawlings was very, very disciplined. He was a disciplined man. He was known again for reprimanding his fellow military men for not laying their bed. I think at the time, they all have like a kind of domestic help at their disposal to lay their beds in the morning when they get up. But during his own time of leadership within the military, he put a stop to that. He did not understand why you cannot wake up in the morning and lay your own bed. And this is the thing about him. The willingness to serve, the willingness to do things yourself. Most people would have taken advantage of the fact that they have this help at their disposal. And they will surely use it. They will surely use it, each and every one of them. And he has a lot of principle that goes with that. Yeah. But that's not what this video is all about. I'm just highlighting some of his good traits and some of his personality that stuck with me anyway. Not like I know him in person, that I've read about and stood out to me. Another thing I also admire about JJ Rawlings is his willingness to sacrifice for his family. And when I say sacrifice, I mean you're willing to sacrifice yourself for the country. When I talk about patriotism at its highest, when I say the height of patriotism, that is JJ Rawlings. He was ready to sacrifice himself. And I could That part of him reminds me of one person in Africa. Is now late. Somebody I admired so much. Um, Nelson Mandela. Madimba or Madiba. Nelson Mandela. That part of him reminds me of Nelson Mandela. Because I remember I could relate it to when I read Nelson Mandela's book, that Long Walk to Freedom book. I will insert it somewhere there or there. I love this book. Like, I read it once in every 2 years. There's a part of him that I'm trying to digest. Like, what made you? Because I believe I love Nigerians so much. I see myself as a patriotic Nigerian. But am I willing to sacrifice myself? Am I willing to sacrifice my family? JJ Rawlings was the second person that was willing to do that. And how do I know this? Nelson Mandela was always ready for the time he would die, for the time he sacrificed his family, basically. If you read that book properly, his mother died when he was in prison. His son died when he was in prison. Before then, he was not there for his first wife before he married Winnie, which later died too. He was not there at all. The marriage was not there, nor there. His lives and activities were about the South African citizen, were about that country, equality, putting a stop to apartheid, discrimination. Because he wrote that book himself, his thoughts and how it come about and why he carried out some actions were quite explicit in his own words in that particular book. And mind you, if you're thinking of getting that book, this Long Walk to Freedom, the different versions, a lot of people, the different authors, but look out for the one, this particular one. He wrote it himself. This is the original version. Even though while he was writing in prison, somebody caught him and his book was confiscated, and then he started all over again. So this is the one, that long one. Now I will insert it there or there. That long walk to freedom. So as I was saying, JJ Rawlings said he never ever bonded with his children. I think he has 3 daughters and 1 boy. I know he had one boy. He had 1 boy. 3 daughters or 2 daughters and 1 boy, sha. But I know he's only 1 boy, something like that. He said the one thing he decided not to do is that from the earlier stage, when he married his wife, is that he's not going to be close to his children. So that when he died, or if he dies in the course of trying to save Ghana, and that was deep to me, that the children will not miss him that much. They will be able to cope. So he distanced himself. He deliberately distanced himself from his children. That is a sacrifice there. That is a big sacrifice. I call myself a patriotic Nigerian, but I don't think I can. I really doubt. I'm not sure. I doubt it. Can I sacrifice that much? I can't imagine not connecting or not bonding with my child or with my daughter. I can't. But he did it because his goal and priority is about that country. And the thing with this type of people is that we don't have so many of them. I wish we have so many of them. When there's more, you see the effect. You see the effect. And that is something I really, really admired. I really, really admire. That's something I really, really admire in JJ Rawlings. Nelson Mandela is another man I admire for that. They were willing to sacrifice. Nelson Mandela sacrificed his first family, I would say, because he was not there. That was not marriage. The wife was always arguing with him because he's out protesting, he's out fighting, he's out, complaining, moaning in any way or any form or shape he knew then, at the expense of his family. JJ Rawlings did exactly the same, but slightly different, not that far, but his own style is a bit different. He deliberately and purposely cut off from his children. A lot of women will not understand that or will not accept that, because you are expected to bond with your children. And that to me is a lot and lot of sacrifice. It's a lot. It's a lot. I like his sense of reasoning. I don't agree with everything 100%, but majority of the things he says, of the way he went about things with Ghana, I agreed with, and I like, and I so much wish there's so many of him. I do. So my lovelies, so my sweeties, um, I've come to the end of this video. I said it's not going to be a long video. May the soul of John Jerry Rawlings rest in perfect peace. May the good Lord give his family the fortitude to bear the loss, and the fellow people from Ghana. But we from another country admire his work, and we can see his effort. And he was humble. He was an humble man. Anyway, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please click on that red button down there. Do not forget to click on that bell sign so that as soon as I upload, you get that notification from me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. God bless you. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.